Alright, so I'm going to finish upgrading my Sig M400 tread. So first thing we're going to do is the gas block. And I bought a Superlative Arms gas block. And then we're going to do the muzzle device. For the gas block, the instructions said to leave a 0.025 gap. And I couldn't calculate that. So, and I don't have a feeler gauge. So I ordered these from, I think it's HD Industries, these little two-part pins. And what you do is you find the pin that fits in your hole. Oh, of course I dropped it. Hopefully this is the right one. Anyway. So you find the pin that fits in there. And they have a great installation video. It's really not difficult. But anyway, so you're going to drop the pin in like that. Once you slide the gas block on, turn it upside down. The pin drops into the gas block, and then you know to torque it right there. But first, we're going to pin our gas block to the gas tube. So, I'll pause this for right now. Come back when I'm set up. Alright, first thing I did was make sure that my holes are lined up and that the opening is at the bottom, and I used the punch. First I used a pick to try and get the holes lined up, and then once I could get a punch completely through the center of it, I know it's lined up, at least for the punch. So then, and the new pin that comes with Superlative Arms. So this is the pin holder. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's got a little opening in there. I got our hammer. And I gotta somehow get this little pin out. Alright, we got it. And according to the instructions, no Loctite or anything on anything. So this, here's the pin, and it goes in the punch and sits on the end. No. I guess you could tap it in a little bit, but I don't want to mushroom it. Let's see if it's the other side. Yeah. You can find it, kind of feel it click in, but it's kind of hard reaching over the camera and doing this. So let's see if we can't do it the hard way. So everything comes out left to right, so it should go back in right to left, if I have that correct. And this is called the starter punch from Wheeler. Yeah, I'm going to pause while I set this up. Alright, we're going to try this. I may have made a mess, but we'll see. The starter punch is there. I mean, the pin's in somewhat. Line the starter punch up. This is going to be a pain in the ass. Because if you don't line it up perfectly, it's not going in. Alright, so you may not be able to see it, but you get the idea. I'm more worried about getting the pin in straight than I am showing it. Sorry. This is really a little pain in the ass because everything's so small and my hands are so big. Alright, so I got it lined up. And I probably need something better than just a single block of wood, but I think it's going. Sure hope, because I'm not going to be able to get a replacement pin. Oh. Well, now it's stuck in the tool. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not, but oh, that's interesting. I guess you have to first get it stuck in the tool, and then once it's in the gas block, hopefully that'll be enough pressure to pull it off the tool. So I'm very new to working on AR-15s, as you might be able to tell. Yep, that got it. So it's partially driven in. And now we're going to take our other punch from Wheeler and then make a point of saying these are consumables because you can break them pretty easily. I think I need to use some more of the starter punch. Just get it down a little further. There we go. Now we have to drive it the rest of the way. Do this the right way. I don't think this will fit easily on there. This is more for taking it out. Alright, I'm going to pause for a couple of minutes and figure this out. Alright, so we're going to try it this way. We're going to use the back of the punch. And someone at home's probably watching going, don't do that. But I think I'm getting away with it. A little bit more. Okay. And now I can maybe use one of these other punches that came with it. I think these are more for taking it out than putting it in, but it's flush and it's definitely in there. I know you want to have equidistant. You want it to be. I can't even get the pin on this. Alright. Well, I guess that's good. I think that's good. Hopefully the camera could see all that. But it's flush. So it's in there. So next stop is the getting it on the barrel. Alright, so I just double checked the pin, and you can kind of see that while it's not perfectly equal, this is beyond flush, and I can't really get to it without marring everything, so I don't think it's moving. So that's it for the pin, and now I'm going to set up for the gas block to barrel. Okay, so we dropped the little orange pin in, and it's from HB Industries. They're aligner tools, and they give you 6 because, you know, all the holes in the barrels aren't uniform. And all you're going to do, very simple, you can slide the gas block over the hole. Try to line it up, just make life easier. Alright, now, and the reason I bought this SuperJaws, and I forgot the name of this. I think it's the Reaction Rod, or I forgot the name of the company. Anyway, it clamps in, and it's perfect because I don't even have to take the optics off. It just locks my upper in place. And then when I flip it, which I'm going to do now, it locks the upper in place again. So it's perfect for this kind of work. So now that the upper's flipped, if that pin works right, which it hasn't yet, once the pin drops in the hole, I shouldn't be able to move. Maybe the pin's stuck in the hole. Just take the gas block off. Just turn it upside down. And therein lies the problem. The pin didn't snap off right, so it's not releasing. Well, that's not helpful. Nope. So what I'm going to have to do is snap it off, as I would have had this been successful, with a cleaning rod, and get the two pieces out, and then start with a different one, which makes me glad that I bought two packages since they were only $5. Alright, so I felt it snap off. I have to make sure two pieces come out. I know I'm doing this off camera, but no, I haven't had any pieces come out yet. That's not helpful. I have to make sure I get both pieces out, because I don't want to be firing a round down range with little plastic pieces in there. Okay. Well, I'm going to pause while I try and find the little plastic pieces. Alright, the little plastic pieces are so tiny, I couldn't find them at first. I found one. I'm sure the other one's out. I've blown through the barrel. I looked down the barrel. I can't see anything in the barrel. And I probed the hole with a pick, and there's nothing in the hole. So the other one's here. I'll find it. But rather than spend half an hour trying to find it while I'm videotaping, I'll start over. So I'll open the new kit. These are only $5, which is why I ordered two, just in case something stupid happened, and something stupid happened. So you try to match these up with the barrel. When you find the pin that matches, it drops in there, which I have not done yet. There we go. That's the one that matches. So I'm going to double check their video and make sure I didn't do something weird before I snap it off and end up with the same problem. So I think I figured out the problem. This is all the carbon coming out of that hole. So I'm thinking unless the borehole is clean, that plastic gets stuck and doesn't work correctly. So I'm trying, since it's such a small hole, it's hard to get all the crap out of it. So I put a little bit of cleaning, some carbon remover on this rag, on this cleaning patch, and I'm just slowly working it in and out, trying to get it clean. So I'll restart the video once I get it clean. And as I said, I'm very new at working on ARs, so I think it's better that everyone sees the errors as they happen. Okay, so there's one line in the instruction video for HB Industries as he's saying how to use the little pin to align the gas port. He says, after the gas port is clean and dry. Well, I kind of skipped that. So I put some board paste in there, and when I'm done cleaning it out, I'll get back to installing the gas block. And just to reassure me that I'm right, aside from this coming out dirty, when I put before, I can only get the smallest pin in there. And now I can get 2, maybe 3 different pins in there, which means it was all crudded up. And that's why when I turned the barrel upside down, it didn't move. And you can see all the crud just from testing the pins. They got dirty. So no one had made a big deal out of cleaning the port. And turns out that's apparently a major deal. Now, I don't have pipe cleaners, which would probably be what's best for this. So I'm just using a pick and kind of putting some bore cleaner on a rag and moving it around. But see, I'm still getting a ton of dirt and crap off it. So I'm going to have to let it sit for a little while and soak to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because I don't have that many more pins. So we're going to let this soak for a little while longer, and then I'll come back. Okay, so we got a couple different options here. I'm going to use the smallest pin they have. And if for some reason that one doesn't move correctly, the middle pin fits in there also. And if that fails, my only other option then is to get a feeler gauge and set it at 0.025 inches the way the directions say. Because I don't like doing that one, because you just don't know for sure that you got it right. All right. So I got the smallest pin. I'm going to drop it in there. See, and that's not good because it doesn't drop in there. And what I'm afraid of is if it won't drop in there, then it's not going to drop back out when I turn it upside down. It's kind of sitting in there, which I don't understand that. And I'm using everything I have. I'm using the picks. Oh, I got some crud out with the pick. I mean, yeah. And we're getting some crud out with this. Man, that hole is dirty. I guess it's what happens when you shoot 22 out of a or 15. Just hate that this pin is so small and so hard to see. And I guess if it won't drop in there, I'm going to be doing some more cleaning. And it's still kind of standing up. It's definitely the right size pin. I'm hoping. This pin drops in better. Well, let's see if this pin is the right one then. Maybe just the pin size. It's not really dropping in either. It's coming up dirty. So, I guess we're doing more cleaning. Well, I may have found a way to make this work through experimenting, but I was playing with the pin to see if it would drop in, and while it didn't drop in correctly, it went in and it stayed in. So I turned the barrel upside down and blew into it, and it pushed the pin back out. So I'm wondering if I do it again with the gas block on and blow on the pin, can I blow it back into the gas block? So the pin's in. It's kind of half-assed. I really hate doing shit like this, but I can only get this thing so clean. Alright, so there's the gas block sliding on. And I'm going to guess, because the instructions say leave .025, which is about the thickness of a credit card. So, if I line this up right, that's what I love about this reaction rod thing, because you can just turn it upside down and you're still secure. So here we go. Got it. That is lined up perfectly. It won't come out, won't go forward. It's a small pin, so it's moving around a little bit, but that appears to be correct. So I'm going to tighten this down a little bit so to find the right bit. We're just going to hand tighten it. Now we're going to turn it over and make sure we're lined up, which I think we are. Dead center. Okay. So I'm not going to punch the pins out yet. I'm going to leave that until I torque this. So I find my torque driver. So my suggestion to everyone would be to be more organized than this, because this is no way to work. There's the box for it. Oh, come on. My torque screwdriver. There it is. Right in front of me. So I got this little torque screwdriver, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. Set it for... So they said not to exceed 30 pounds. 30 inch-pounds. So I'm going to set this to 25. Somewhere around 20, 25. I feel like that's slipping. Maybe that is the right one. No, that's not the right one. Definitely slipping. There's the right one. Well, it moves. Should move. Anyway, that's the general idea. I'm sure you can figure out how to torque it. I'm going to pause it and find the right torque screw, and then I will be back to do the muzzle device. Alright, just for the sake of completeness, I found the right Torx head. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is torqued to 25 inch-pounds. Perfect. Take a break for a minute. Get the handguard together and the muzzle device. Okay, now we're going to install the HyperTap muzzle device, which is really cool. It reduces recoil by some ungodly number, like 80%. This is the old stock factory flash hider, and this new HyperTap is really cool. So, and it couldn't be easier to put on. You just thread it on. Make sure this nut is all the way up to the bolt, to its stop. Thread it on. Until it stops. Okay. Then back it off one full turn. And undo the timing nut. And lock the timing nut down. And they give you these two cool little wrenches. One goes on here. Oh, this one goes on here. This one goes on here. Come on. Yeah, of course. There we go. Come on, stupid. Yeah, okay. Whatever. It's very simple if you're competent. There it goes. So all you want to do is tighten that down while holding this in place. There we go. And that is on. So we have a new superlative arms gas block. We have a HyperTap muzzle device, which I think is straight up and down. I might have to adjust that. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's straight up and down. I'll play with that later. And I looked in the Sig owner's manual, and the handguard goes on with 40 inch-pounds of torque. So that's it. There's my fully upgraded Sig M400 tread upper with a superlative arms gas block and a HyperTap muzzle device. This thing should shoot great, and I'll post another video when I take it out to shoot it.